So this is Katalon Studio. And firstly, let me clone my project from Git. So I have Git project here. Right, we have the information already. All right. Okay. So this is empty project that I have already in Git, and I will clone it into Katalon Studio. Right. So firstly, I'm gonna create a test script. So I gonna create a test script in website katalon.com. Right. So my test script gonna be, firstly I will run this and submit. Then right, I need to move here. Oh, something here. So it should be fail, and I will try to verify the text. So it's gonna be a fail test case. Let me take real quick. Swift, mouse over, click sign. All right, so I will rerun this, check if it works. So that's been passed. I have a success step K already. We'll verify incorrect the options. See the result. It's gonna be a demo test K. Right. Also have that object generated in here. So gonna be a demo test squid. At the test case that I just created the test squid, and then I will have a squid collection. So right, and I will commit everything. Right, let's double check. See if we have, okay, have new stuff here. And then this is TestOps. You don't know it already. So we had the dashboard with the summary of the highlight that we have. So we filter here for width. You have to see the total test run, execution time, and also agent. And I mentioned before that in the test management, we have requirement, test case, test with defects. And also for the report and the analytics. For the demo today, I will focus more on how to execute the test that I just created. So firstly, I will set up a script repository. Right. So it's gonna be the same I have here with username, password, and personal access token. So it's something that you can follow our guide here to get the information. Right. It should be demo test of project. Right. So we have the project configured already and the collection here that we can select to execute. Then we have, so firstly, I need to set up my agent. So as I mentioned already, for this demo, I will set up a local agent. So firstly, you're gonna download this. So I have this download already here. And then you're gonna run a couple commands we provided to you already to set up your agent. So you only need to download the agents and run a couple of commands that we provided here. So we had it set up, and this time right. So it's gonna take maybe a minute to be available. In the meantime, so agent gonna be here, and when it's done, you will see the status of that. When I have done with the script repo agent setup, that you can see I just do it in just a minute, I move to test planning. So for test planning here, you can schedule run. So I select the script repository. It's gonna be demo TestOps. Maybe the daily executions. We have multiple options here for the type of the executions, but we have the test suite collection already. So just set it up. Here, I'm gonna select the local test environment and also specify the version that I want to execute and some of the advanced configurations. Right. Now I have a test planning. So my point here is to create a nightly view for the execution. So again, demo executions. All right. In the meantime, let me recheck test environment if we have it available or not. Okay, so we have the test agent available. You're gonna create a trigger, and with the trigger created, we also run it for the first time, right? And it's gonna be running on my local environment. So in this meantime, let me introduce you a little bit more about the stuff that we have here. For the report, we have test run, which give the detail on the execution that we have. We can drill down into the execution to see on the result. So this is the test is running. Okay, let's just make it run. Should be okay in a second, and we can see the result. Right, but let me just continue here. We have the test result. We can go to the test, and you can see here we have a quick overview about the step that had been go through. You can also link to defects from the result of the execution if we have it configured. Also create some tasks. So task is also something that you need to deal with for the result. Normally when you have failed execution is something you need to deal with. We also have visual testing, the new component that we have TestOps visions, and another thing that you have requirement, test case, API, and so on. And again, for the test environment, you also use Kubernetes or also Circle CI. You have the setup. So on the setup can just happen in second. If you make it ready, we have it for you. Right, so since we have the execution that had been executed successfully, as you can see, I just create a new task case with mouse over verifications and then put it into Git and set up the whole agents, environment, projects, and schedules just in like 5 to 7 minutes. And what we have today is we can keep the task running day by day for us. Of course, we can make it trigger with CI/CD or also trigger on code chain. Thank you.